to Operation Winter Solstice in World War II, which is another name sometimes used informally for Operation Sonnenwende, Operation Solstice. Below is a detailed account of this late war German offensive. Operation Winter Solstice, Operation Sonnenwende, dates 15th to 18th February 1945, location Pomerania, Eastern Germany, modern-day Poland. Belligerents, Germany. Army Group Vistula, Soviet Union, First Belarusian Front, Marshal Georgy Zhukov. Objective. The German goal was to launch a counteroffensive to break the Soviet encirclement of Kustrin, a fortress city on the Oder River, 70 kilometers east of Berlin, relieve pressure on the Eastern Front, and buy time for defensive preparations near Berlin. Background. By January 1945, the Soviet Red Army had launched the massive Vistula-Oder offensive, advancing rapidly into German-held territory and reaching the Oder River. Berlin was under threat, and Kustrin was nearly surrounded. Hitler insisted on counterattacks to turn the tide, ordering a relief operation for Kustrin. The German army group Vistula was newly formed under the SS Reichsführer Heinrich Himmler, a poor military leader with no significant command experience. German forces, Army Group Vistula, 11th SS Panzer Army, commanded by Felix Steiner, a mix of poorly trained Volkssturm, SS troops, and remnants of regular army units. German forces were under strength, low on fuel, and had little air or artillery support. Soviet forces, First Belarusian Front under Marshal Zhukov, well-equipped, battle-hardened troops with superior numbers, tanks, air power, and high logistical support. Soviet goal, push into Berlin. Course of the operation, Phase 1, German attack begins, 15th of February 1945. German forces launched a surprise attack from the Stargard area, modern-day Szczecin, Poland. Initial German advances were successful. They advanced up to 40 kilometers, causing Soviet local withdrawals. Phase 2, momentum lost. Supply shortages, muddy terrain, and stiff Soviet resistance began to slow the attack. German forces failed to reach Kustrin. Soviet reserves quickly countered the offensive. Phase 3, Soviet counterattack. Soviets halted the German advance and began pushing them back. Within a few days, the German offensive collapsed. Operation was called off on 18th of February. Outcome, German failure. Kustrin remained surrounded and was eventually captured by the Red Army. The operation delayed the Soviet offensive by only 2 to 3 weeks. It exposed the military disorganization of late-war Germany. Himmler was eventually removed from command due to his incompetence. Aspect details. Failure to relieve Kustrin. The garrison was doomed. Berlin exposed. This operation was Germany's last hope to push back the Soviets before Berlin fell. Command failure. Himmler's leadership was a disaster. The army suffered from poor planning and logistics. Tactical surprise. Initial gains shocked the Soviets briefly, but were unsustainable. Aftermath. By April 1945, the Soviets launched the Battle of Berlin, facing little resistance due to Germany's deteriorated state. Germany would surrender unconditionally in May 1945.